Sitting down to start this project, hearing the words, "Who are you as a maker?" were very intimidating in the biggest way possible. Thinking about myself in terms of an artist was scary, or even in terms of who I am as a maker. Even though I do see myself as an artist, I never really thought about it that hard before. What makes me a maker, or what makes me an artist? So I began by sitting down and brainstorming. What makes me a maker? Drawing is my place of comfort within art making. I have never felt out of place picking up a pencil or a pen and just sketching away. Drawing is something that I've done since I was young. It's something that I have grown accustomed to doing. I couldn't tell you the exact first moment I picked up a pencil and began to draw. It's something that just kind of comes second nature to me. When I was a kid, I had always had a pencil in hand and some kind of paper. My mind was going, and with all these ideas, I just needed to get them out. A style, however, is something that I never really saw myself as having as an artist, which is where I struggle to define myself as one. Realism has almost become a given because of this, and so many of my later drawings have been realism driven, trying to make either the person or the object that I'm focused on look as real as humanly possible between my pencil and paper. I've tried other forms of art over the years, like clay and woodworking, or painting, and charcoal. But none of these have lent themselves with ease to me like drawing with a pencil or a pen has. I do enjoy doing these kinds of things, like painting or using wood to create artwork, but it's a step outside of my comfort zone that I sometimes tend to not enjoy. My favorite kind of drawing as I've gotten older has been continuous line sketches, be it referencing a person or an object or some kind of initial scribble that I can turn into something else eventually. I found that in letting a line go loose all over a page, it can allow me to get any creative anxiety I may be feeling out of my system, and it allows me to go into my more long-term projects without any kind of hesitation. These one-line scribbles can also turn into my long-term projects, as many times I find myself coming back to them for inspiration in making other works of art, or even just adding directly on top of the continuous line itself. As I've gotten older, this sketching with the pencil and paper has made a shift to fit with more modern times. For my 17th birthday, I bought myself an iPad and Apple Pencil, and since then I have been creating digital artworks. The learning curve between digital and traditional drawing was strong for me, and I have always felt defeated when attempting to reproduce a drawing I had in my sketchbook on my iPad, and ultimately failing. But with time and great amount of practice and patience, I have gotten myself to a place today where I can just scan an image from my sketchbook onto my iPad and begin drawing it out like it's nothing. Here, I'm taking one of my sketches from my Inktober 2019 series and recreating it in a digital format. I began by scanning the image from my sketchbook onto my iPad, then running it through Procreate, the platform that I use for all of my digital art, and began working on it. I had always envisioned this drawing to be in full color, and digital allows me to add color without ruining any of the original or taking away from the Inktober aspect of this initial drawing. I love to explore with my digital art since there are so many different kinds of things that are possible in the digital world that aren't in the physical. I love experimenting with the different textured brushes, like here for the veins on the eye I wound up using a water texture brush since it looked a lot like veins when I increased the size of it. The background is a rough iron texture and some of the detail on the iris is a rain texture. A lot of my favorite part of digital art lies within these different kinds of brushes and textures that I can achieve that I can't with my pencil. Recently, I've been exploring using the facial reference feature of Procreate. With this facial reference feature, it allows me to draw things like you see on an Instagram filter, but drawn completely by my own hands. Although to date I haven't finished any of these explorations totally, it's something that I'm working with still. Here you can see I'm attempting a kind of pop art style with my face reference drawing, to make it almost like a pop art filter you'd see on Snapchat or Instagram. Although it's clearly not the best outcome yet, it's still a learning process and I can't wait to see it play out. No matter what though, my digital drawings always start with a pencil and paper sketch, and then move to their final digital form. It's almost as though my innate drawing skill of pencil and paper has to be expressed first, and then transfer to the digital platform where it will become its final digital form. And so this is me. This is who I am as a maker. An artist with a pencil in hand, her iPad in the other, doing exactly what she loves.